This is the second section of 7 essential skills to build your career. This module focuses on 7 essential skills you'll need to build your career. This second section focuses on hiring the best, talent acquisition. TA01 is consistency to ensure a better hiring process. TA02 is getting ready for an insightful interview. TA03 is interviewing IQ, conducting the interview. And TA04 is avoiding legal issues in hiring. This is the first lesson, which is consistency to ensure a better hiring process. Let's talk about why interviews are so important. First, they provide you with the information you need to make the best hiring decisions, so your decisions are not based on intuition or your gut reaction towards an applicant. A solid interview process allows you to evaluate all candidates objectively based on certain criteria that you've established ahead of time. It'll help you find the best employee for the job. And also, don't forget that interviews are one of the most important functions of a supervisor or manager because you're selecting the employees that you're going to be working with that will help you do a better job. So don't underestimate the importance of the interview process. Some of the common mistakes that interviewers make are the following: focusing on deficiencies from a previous person. Sometimes you focus on what the last person in that position didn't do correctly, or skills they didn't have. And so you're trying to compensate and find a person who has better skills in that area. Also, a common mistake is asking unlawful questions. It's essential that anyone participating in the interview process understands the legal restrictions for pre-employment inquiries. Sometimes interviewers make snap decisions based on what the person is wearing, or their body language, or some other arbitrary factor. It's important that you set your criteria and follow through and not make snap decisions about the person. Another common problem is forgetting about common values. Your organization has probably established some organizational values that it feels are important. Values like integrity, diversity, teamwork, communication, quality improvement. You should ask questions that ensure that the applicants have demonstrated these values in past positions. Not preparing questions in advance. Many times interviewers go to the interview completely unprepared, without a list of questions, without any foresight, without even having reviewed the applicant's resume or application. Hopefully you don't fall victim to these common mistakes and you have a solid, consistent, systematic process for conducting the pre-employment phase of talent acquisition or hiring. The phases would include sourcing, screening, interviewing, testing, selection, and then any post-offer tests. Each of these steps need to be fair, consistent, and systematic in order to avoid discrimination, but also to select the best applicant for your position. Let's go through each of these steps so you understand the importance of being systematic in your hiring processes. In terms of sourcing, we want to make sure that we're casting a wide net in terms of reaching applicants and not always rely on the intranet, although that's probably the #1 place your applicants would go to get a position with your organization. We also want to try creative approaches to finding candidates and look on various websites that encourage diverse candidates or focus on specific skills or experiences or associations. We also want to look at employee referrals, but not overly rely on employee referrals. So the point is to have a wide variety of sources that we utilize to attract applicants to our organization. Then in screening applicants, determine your criteria that you will use to determine who is going to move forward in the hiring process. That could be from a job description or a job scorecard. Define the attributes, skills, experiences, values, and behaviors you're looking for and screen based on those criteria. And while interviewing, do not ask questions that may reveal protected information, such as, are you a U.S. citizen? Or what kind of last name is that? Or what languages do you speak? Unless that was a job requirement. In terms of family or living situation, you want to avoid questions about children, marriage, or whether the person rents or owns a home. In terms of age, avoid questions about how old you are or how much longer you want to work before you retire, or when did you graduate from high school, although college graduation dates are okay to ask about, according to the EEOC. In terms of disability, it's important to avoid questions relating to medication, how many days off last year did you miss, how did you become disabled, or any question about the health or medical condition of the employee other than this question: can you perform the essential functions of the job with or without reasonable accommodation? With regard to religion, you want to avoid questions about holidays or direct questions about religion. And in terms of military status, you can ask about military-related work experience, but do not ask, 1, what type of military discharge they had, and 2, whether they have any military reservist obligations. Also, avoid questions about sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. And in some states, asking about past salary or criminal background is not appropriate, or as a victim of domestic abuse. Basically, avoid all questions that may require the employee to disclose personal, private, protected information. Regarding testing, you could do skills tests or piece of the job tests or aptitude tests. But you need to be consistent and have the process apply to all applicants. So make sure you're working with your human resources person to design tests that are appropriate and useful in determining whether the person has the skills you're looking for. With regard to selection, make sure that your selection is based on a variety of factors, not just who is the most skilled or the one you like the best. Certainly, you should avoid telling applicants why they did not get the job. And then once you have extended a job offer to the applicant, you can do medical examinations or drug tests. You can have contingent job offers subject to verification of immigration status with the I-9 form, any background checks you want to do, credit checks if that's appropriate for the position, and also checking the employee's references. Basically, all hiring practices have to be fair, consistent, and mindful of all the legal restrictions in terms of pre-employment inquiries. By being systematic in our sourcing, screening, interviewing, testing, selecting, and post-offer processes, we can ensure that we have a good, solid hiring process. Thank you for your participation. Congratulations, you just completed one of more than 30 modules from I2I Workplace. These modules are provided on YouTube for your benefit to preview the extensive training content of our management training modules. After 4 modules, you can take a multiple-choice online 10-question test based on the content of 4 of the videos on YouTube. There are tests available for team leadership, interviewing and hiring, talent management, performance management, communication, efficiency, and customer service. You'll earn a certificate of completion. For only $9.99, you can document your management success. Go to i2iworkplace.com/store, pay $9.99 for each module, and you'll get a link to the certification test. For more high-impact, low-cost training, follow I2I Workplace on LinkedIn and YouTube. Or visit our website at www.i2iworkplace.com. Thank you.